Alright everyone, I am back. Before we do this, I do need to pause my boosters again. So we are going to head out to the lobby, grab a quick drink from the vendor, and then we are going to pop right back in here. I don't think that the content from this would be as effective as going into other really hard, going into like a full MPA in terms of experience. But if it does end up that way,
take care of yourself out there.
Then I might use it in the future. Let me also refill my mates.
Don't forget to prepare before setting off. Thank you very much. Which quest would you like?
And let's get this going. Flying the ultimate defense.
Test 1, 2. Hello, ARC's operatives. Can you all hear me? I, Aurora, am going to explain what's going on right now. So, sit back and get ready to listen and be appreciative. Ow!
Now's not the time to act all high and mighty. Sorry about that. Moving on. The true form of apprentice, which was sealed on Lilypaw, is now trying to revive itself.
It's putting itself back together in the depths of Lilypaw.
It hasn't made any drastic moves just yet, but it won't be long till it's returned. Mark my words.
Both of us former apprentice hosts can attest to that. You can trust us.
Normally, we should be the ones to take care of it. But we're lacking in strength, numbers, well, just about everything. So please, ARC's operatives, everyone, lend us your power. Help us stop Apprentice from reviving.
I suppose ARC's raison d'etre is the utter eradication of Fallspawn, so you'd probably fight it without our prompting, but consider this my own personal humble request. Please, defeat it. Defeat Apprentice.
And down goes the elevator. Shame I can't bring along any NPCs here. Alright. Let's do this.
Teleportation will commence shortly. We're all trusting you to put a stop to Apprentice's resurrection. AISs are available for this mission. Mind their limited deployment capacity, though. Good luck out there!
Oh, we're skipping right to the end. Okay.
Take out everything up ahead!
If I had known it was going to be just this, I might not have taken the break. I wish somebody had said something. No need to collect points, huh? Yeah, chomp down.
Eradication confirmed. Time to attack Apprentice. I've identified a weak point.
Alright, with these darkers still up, I gotta take care of them first. Alright, gotcha. So there's some sort of a time limit on this. Alright, no problem. In that case, I just gotta change the strategy a bit.
Tess!
Teleportation will commence shortly. We're all trusting you to put a stop to Apprentice's resurrection. AISs are available for this mission. Mind their limited deployment capacity, though. Good luck out there! Take out everything up ahead!
if this needs to go through another round, I'm gonna restock my mates.
Eradication confirmed. Time to attack Apprentice. I've identified a weak point.
Alright, that's one of them. It's not a trigger, it's a story quest. Making this worse is the fact that you don't have a way to heal the AIS like you do in more recent content. Rats. Okay, those are gone. Great time in there, controller. I'm starting to wonder if this can actually legitimately be done under current conditions. Really, what was the deal back then? Everybody had like full 11-star gear and things like that back then. Let's see. I'm trying to think now. Is there a way to make this happen? Because I know I'm going to lose one AIS when I have to do the first blast. And then the only other way to really do stuff here would be to keep playing, keep away. Granted, the tower did survive for quite a while there. But I was also starting to run low on time at the same time. Let's see. 13-star weapons have been out for a while. You're probably right. I probably don't know how that fight is actually supposed to work. That plus I didn't refill my my mates from the last time. But I was already down by like 10 of them on the last attempt.
Don't forget to prepare before setting off. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself out there.
So more or less, just don't worry much about the other stuff. Then is that right? What bug are you talking about? Sunsuni.
Welcome. Take care of yourself out there.
Hello there.
If something like that exists on the Japanese version, I don't have any reason to believe that it would have been fixed. Let's see here, if there's anything else I can do that might help. Yeah, if something like that is happening, I am not going to be, testing that. If they wanted you to abuse AIS, they would give you more than 3 AIS to work with, though. Anyway, I just grabbed a random drink, and I'm gonna try something I've done in the past, when I've had to get past, certain difficult content. Let me also see how much time is left on this. Alright, that's got plenty of time. Let's go to Franca's Cafe. And if I'm gonna push myself and get this done, I want to have the best chance of doing this, basically. Now, do I have what I need, though? I don't even know if I've done any gathering in that, in the coast area yet. Let's see. I do have Ruins grapes. Or was it olives I need? Okay, coast olives. And then what else did I need for
Hey,
this?
step right up. Come again.
Okay, so I just need some red meat then.
Hey, step right up.
Ah, gotcha. So there's no way to completely get rid of the ads. Gotcha.
Much obliged.
The other thing I will note is, in terms of what I've got on right now, I am not affixed the way I need to be. This barely has... I mean, it doesn't give me any attack up. This gives me a little bit. And this is still a 7-star, but... Can I replace that at this point? To put it simply, I understand why I'm struggling with this. Let's see. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Unfortunately, there's only one Psyche unit on the market right now. Otherwise, I would do that. What else could I do? Crafting's not available, so I can't do that. Yeah, I think grabbing the stir fry is gonna be the last thing I can really do to help myself out here. And I'm hoping by grabbing that random drink there, with the weak point, that will be the last... That plus the stir-fry will be the last piece of what I need here.
Which quest would you like?
So this will kind of be like a final attempt on this here. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll step it down to the casual mode. Let's see. I do have a second before we get started. Okay. So... here we go.
A test, a 1, 2...
And keep in mind, I still don't have my full hunter kit on me either yet. I don't have access to the, whatchamacallit, the, Sacrificial Bite Type 0. Which basically makes it so I don't even have to worry about having, Nova Strike. That's... I think that would be a little bit more key for me in all this as well. Alright, let's have that stir-fry. I will put that back on, though. Anything else? I think that's gonna do it. Alright.
teleportation will commence shortly. We're all trusting you to put a stop to Apprentice's resurrection. AISs are available for this mission. Mind their limited deployment capacity, though. Good luck out there! Take out everything up ahead!
Come on, let me out. Come on. I always hated these Vitalutas. Come on, controller.
Eradication confirmed. Time to attack Apprentice. I've identified a weak point.
Alright, it's time for this thing. Yeah, you should be able to keep your progress for the release. Yeah, there should be. It's not really a huge head start when you consider that almost every other month the top line gear gets refreshed. It's more like they have experience. Yeah, we don't have confirmation how far behind it's going to be, but we just know that it is going to be somewhat behind. Come on, apprentice, open wide. Alright, that's it. I'm getting in another AIS. You've gotta be kidding me with that. Yeah, okay, that time I at least lasted to the end, so there's just not enough damage going out. Whether that be the gear or whatever the issue is,
Welcome.
I'm done trying that one for now.
Take care of yourself out there. Which quest would you like?
Teleportation will commence shortly. We're all trusting you to put a stop to Apprentice's resurrection. AISs are available for this
We are
mission.
currently preparing to
Mind
call
their
on
limited
all ARC's
deployment
ops
capacity,
to
though.
participate in a
Good luck out
large-scale
there.
enemy suppression operation. It will be held on Wopal.
And I forgot to refill my mates, so we'll see how this goes now.
Take out everything up ahead. Eradication confirmed. Time to attack Apprentice. I've identified a weak point.
And there it goes.
I'm detecting no enemy presence now. Things should calm down for the time being.
But you know this isn't over yet, Euclita. The seal keeping Apprentice down was destroyed due to the revival of the profound darkness. As long as the profound darkness is out there, its influence should draw Apprentice out again at some point. It could always appear here on Lilipa again, but there's also a very real possibility it could escape and turn up somewhere else. Right now, it doesn't seem to sense any potential suitable vessels. But if it finds one, it could go after it.
Basically, it's not a stretch to say it could show up anywhere, as long as the conditions are right. These damn dark falls are like cockroaches. They can survive almost anything. I wonder how the original host feels about all this, huh?
Let's see. I have a feeling the more recent hosts have had a greater impact.
If we'd made one false move, we would have ended up like that.
But we didn't, thanks to your brother and his friend. What? Does that bother you? They did save you, didn't they?
It's not like I asked anyone to swoop in and come to my rescue.
Why do you insist on being so stubborn sometimes? Euclita, I think you need to express your appreciation a bit more.
I do, through my actions.
That may make sense to you, but I'm not sure everyone else is on the same page. Ah, I get it. You're too embarrassed to say the words out loud. Sometimes you act as young as I look.
I absolutely do not. I'm grateful. I appreciate their help more than I can say. I wouldn't have been able to come back here without them. I owe both of them a great debt, the one who set me free. I can't thank often enough for waiting for me and believing in me.
Yusi? Did you say something about me?
Aurora! What? Now, don't act like it's my fault. You're the one who launched into a soliloquy.
Yusi? What did you say about me and our best mate?
Nothing. Just forget it! Apprentice stopped feeding for now, but we don't know when it'll rear its ugly head again. And then there's the profound darkness itself, not to mention the dark falls it'll likely keep producing. We don't have time to waste just standing around. We need to get back there and fast. Hey, put some spring in your step!
Did I say something to rustle her feathers?
No. Dear Euclita's just embarrassed. It's so cute when she lets the facade slip. I've got a knack for stripping away layers of stubbornness. Let's just take it slow with her.
I'm totally lost here, love.
Let's head back. Euclita will get lonely if we stay away too long.
Alright, at least that does give us access to Euclita as an NPC. Alright, to episode 4. And it will not let me proceed into there, so... yeah, the story is in fact gated, and you can't get to episode 4 at this point. Alrighty. Alright, so...
What would you like to do?
Soka King, it's still fairly early in the day. Give it time for players to get online, especially because a lot of players. It's basically still the middle of the work week, so it's really unfair to make that kind of a comparison here. Yep, no PC players yet either.
Feel free to stop by anytime.
I'm just clearing some space for the upcoming urgent quest. Let's see, I need to uncheck these special weapons here. Let me do that real quick. Since we still have a few minutes here.
Leave it to me.
Oh, this is a great find.
Okay, ooh, wow, an 8 slot. Nice.
Oh, this is a great find.
What's on that 8 slot? So Might, Inculum, and Sovereign Ward. Those are actually pretty good ones. I know I've come across some other 8 slots so far. I'm probably not going to be putting anything together for some time until more augments are actually available. If I were to do just a quick sort here. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to get everything on that I want. I could put something together with like a Varder Soul and Might 3. I guess Mutation as well. But at a minimum, I would want to get Apprentice Soul on there as well. Unfortunately, we're too far away from any of the Reveries being available. Alright, let me look at these
What do you
eggs as
require?
well here.
Leave it to me.
Oh, this is a great find.
Oh, and Arcs missions. And Star Gems. And Star Gems. Okay. And I've got nothing for main missions anymore, so I'm just down to my
Welcome.
dailies. If we come over here, Abomination Destroyer, Monstrosity Destroyer, Destroyer of the Darkness, and Dark Falls Apprentice Zia one time. Nice, so that... all that gives me stuff to work towards here.
Thank you very much. Which quest are you up for?
I need mates. Let me grab them.
Don't forget to prepare before setting off. Thank you very much. Which quest would you like?
Emergency mission
Which quest
alert.
would you like?
Large-scale
Alright, here we
deployment
go.
operation in progress. All ARCS ops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
Yeah, we'll know pretty quickly. Regarding PSO2 Day.
Emergency mission alert. Large-scale deployment operation in progress. All ARCS ops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
Looks like everybody's headed to the south here. So for this one, it's just strictly a, an MPA mission, where we're all headed around the field. And as I've said in the past, because of the loadout I've got here, the most damage I do is actually, through, even though I'm a summoner bouncer, I'm using this all-class sword.
Code protection.
I do way more damage than any pet could do for me right now. Oh hey, we got a haze draw over here. How are my boosters doing?
Incoming alert.
Plenty of time.
Emergency code due. Hostiles at 12 o'clock. Hostiles on my 6.
Nice.
remarkable outcome.
I love that my subclass is going up so quickly here. Oh, that was a lot of rare drops there.
Completed. Hostiles at 12 o'clock. Completed. I appreciate the speedy backup.
Contacting all personnel.
I am hoping that by the time, whenever the open beta does end, that I will have enough titles to have maxed out what the current max is, which appears to be 250. And there are several things I can be doing as I work towards that, and that's basically kind of what the next bit of focus for me is going to be, because I've got a class at max level of 75 now. Still need to do some more work related to the Lightning Espada that I've got, and that can come together as I get more unique weapon badges.
Objective complete.
But there are also so many other sort of easy things to do, like for example, going through and grabbing all the summoner cookies I come across and compressing them down in terms of space. Those give you a bunch of titles, as I showed you before we came into here. There are titles related to rings. There are titles related to partnering up with NPCs. And though I don't expect to be able to take care of any of the 100 instance ones, it won't take me that long to run through 10 instances with a few partners to get yet another NPC. So or to get another title. So I've got a lot of ideas floating around in my head in terms of what I'm going to do for all this. It's just more or less a matter of execution.
Emergency code.
And right now, I'm just trying to set myself up as best as I can for a lot of this stuff. Especially since we still don't know, like, when episode 4 is going to be coming out, and things like that. I was hoping with the North American release, we were going to be seeing episode up to episode 6, and that would have allowed me to get an early jump on Dark Blast, but obviously that wasn't the case here. Sega is gating the content, but I would say it's also a reasonable gate, since we still have half of the story content that actually is in the game. Granted, what is in the game is not the story content as it was before Omnibus. But it is what it is at this point. And plus, we still got the PC release coming up, which will help to resolve a lot of the issues I'm experiencing on this version. Between the controller, disconnections, the fact that I can't roll from one mouse button to another. It's just a lot of stuff that is coming down the pipeline. And honestly, if I wasn't interested in doing any of this, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd just be enjoying my time over on the Japanese version, as I've been doing so for the past 8 years. But I am dedicated to being here, and that's why I'm pushing as hard as I can here. And that's how things are going to be, at least for the time being. I know this sounds a little bit like a monologue, but it's where I am at this point with this version. I see the potential for it. I like the fact that we're basically getting a chance to sort of reset with a lot of this stuff, but I can still transfer a good portion of the knowledge I have into this version. We got a PSE burst here. So with bosses up, that's not going to help.
Emergency code attack.
Alright, Summoner level 62. I'll also say, as another bug that I'm noticing here, when things start to get really busy on the screen, my mouse inputs are not being picked up as frequently as they should. It's almost as if there's a mouse polling rate issue or something like that going on. Oh yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Excellent job.
Completed.
Yep, I completely agree. Having access to Summoner was a really great thing here. Hey Pexus, going well. How are you doing?
Emergency!
Emergency! Code! Joker!
Joker. Oh boy.
Emergency!
Emergency! Code! Attack!
I think the name for Grim Barrage may have changed. Let me see. Where is that?
Failed!
I'm trying to remember which one that's under now. What? Grim Barrage. I'm trying to remember if that was mech guns or not. And, thank you.
Change over!
It's actually a Lightning Espada plus 30.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
Completed!
right now I've only got 4 photon arts for that, so I don't know if you see it in the list here or not.
Emergency! Code! Rescue!
Alright, then, yeah. So in that case, I haven't found it yet either.
Alert level rising.
It may just be really rare.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Completed!
No, the photon art shop for trade with X-Cube does not exist yet. I mean, right now it's all just a hunt for everything. I mean, the cape I'm wearing right now, this is a unit I got from an extreme quest. Glacial machinery on like floor 55 to 60.
Incoming alert.
And it's the only 11-star I have currently.
Emergency code due.
Incoming alert.
Yeah, running advanced quests is another option in
Changeover.
terms of me
Code due.
getting more titles. Oh, hey, Stroll. Earlier this, yesterday, I ran
Completed.
a plus 50 risk, super hard AQ or shack of the, Nightfaller area.
Emergency.
And I did that so I could get the, combined 4 titles of
Emergency
plus
code
1, plus
due.
5, plus 25, and plus 50 risk. And keep in mind, that's while the game is still really, really new at this point that I did that.
Well done. You've completed the objective.
I'll take those rare drops.
Completed.
Oh, hey, a haste hail. That might actually be good. And Megaverse, I need that.
Emergency.
Emergency code due.
Emergency.
Alright, so after this one, we're gonna head back out to the lobby.
Due.
Yeah, nice one. You did it.
Completed. Emergency! Code! Avoid!
Congratulations on completing the objective.
Alright, I want to set up another class for
What would you like to do?
doing a subclass on the next round.
Feel free to stop by anytime.
Do that as fighter this time. And I'm just gonna do some turn-ins to get it leveled up until I can actually equip the lightning espada again.
Ha! Bye.
Let's speak to Gerard.
Hey. Wonderful. Bye
Okay,
for
that
now.
one's done. And let's go speak to Franca. If that's the case, then you'll need to complete episode 3 and then start leveling up or start using them as an NPC so you can get those gifts from them.
Take care now.
All right, now let me get back down there, and we're going to
What's the good word?
grab Summoner as the main, Fighter as the sub, and that
What
will
would you
let
like to do?
the Fighter continue to level up as well here. Summoner, subclass, Fighter.
Feel free to stop by anytime.
And there it is, Lightning Espada.
Hello there.
I'm glad that I only need just a few levels in order to even
Which
do
quest
that.
are you up for?
The large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
Alright, we got Magis Meduna here.
Emergency!
So that'll be really nice experience here.
Change over. Code. Due.
Yep, already level 18 for the subclass.
Completed.
Nice to have D-Band 10 now. Texas, thank you for the follow there.
Incoming alert.
I'm feline ready for a check. I'm feline ready for a check.
Emergency. Code. Due.
Somebody help me!
A truly remarkable outcome.
Completed.
Yep, so the way that this works, right now I'm a summoner fighter, and the way that this works is I don't have any pets that are leveled up right now. But I do have a lightning espada that gives me a melee of 2,464, which means my normal swings on this weapon do more damage than any other possible attack I could do at this time.
PSE burst.
So, quite literally, all I have to do is just swing my sword and I'm going to do more damage than anything else I can do. And the sword itself is what's called an all-class blade. Or rather, an all-class weapon. So, it doesn't matter what class you are, you can use it. In terms of pickups, it really depends upon what situation you're in. Level 63, by the way. So, 10-star and above is where items can typically start to be traded in for other items. For example, 10-star weapons can be traded in for additional X cubes. Dave Verence, all the 13-star weapons are available from the shop on the second floor. It's the unique badge shop that you're looking for. Below 10-star, what I was hoping to be able to do with the launch of Open Beta was to convert some of that into materials for crafting, but unfortunately crafting was not released. So I eventually just had to start selling some of it. No, my goal is to get to level 75 so I get the class bonus. I don't have any intention of touching Summoner after I get to 75.
Emergency!
Yeah, 1 to 6 star, you can typically just vendor them. 7 to 9 is when they really start to become useful for crafting. I'm sure eventually in time I will get at least something leveled up for a pet, but right now it's, I just want to get this up to level 75 for the class boost. And as you can see, I'm hitting for quite an amount here, doing that. The fact that this weapon is also strong against fall spawns to the point where each hit gives me 50 HP back is also really nice. It makes it harder for anything to kill me. Yeah, there probably isn't one of those row skewers at this point. Oh, they got me.
Change over. Code due.
That sounds like a bunch of nice drops. Hello, Zeshra.
Incoming alert.
And that's my controller.
Emergency. Due.
Oh, we've also got a Trammizer over here as well.
Incoming alert.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
Objective complete.
Yep, exactly. I will be using Summoner until Phantom comes out, and then eventually my final class combo is going to be Hunter main Etoile Sud class. And that's just what I play currently on the Japanese servers. Yeah, Yeah, thank you, Engineer. Yeah, that's, yeah, each class, is different in terms of what boost it gives. Like, for example, Fighter is what you want if you want to get the largest, melee boost. Because it gives a, plus 50 when you get it up to 75. There are some classes that don't give any melee, but give other things like, tech attack, or dex, or defenses. You'll also become one of your Ark's missions, so you'll also get an experience bonus from that.
Completed.
Level 28 on the subclass. And there go all my boosters. I think that's fine for now, actually. Ah, nice. We got a Transexia here.
Emergency!
Emergency. Code. Attack.
Incoming alert.
Emergency. Code. Due.
Now it's time to pounce! I'm feline ready for a check!
Alright, he is not responding, so I'm wondering if it needs to be the Japanese text. But okay, at least I finally got a chance to try all three of the words I thought it might be for them.
Completed.
Congratulations on completing the objective.
If I have to copy text in, I wonder
Completed.
how I might actually be able to do that. I might have to, like, set up a web page that just has the text on it. And then hope that that copy pastes in correctly. It's the only thing I can really think of that might work for this. Alright, this is gonna push us over the edge, so let's go ahead and pop our Photon Blast.
Picking up multiple readings.
Alright, and that's gonna do it. Xbox? There we go. Well, that explains it. It threw me in one of the low rank blocks. Let me get into someplace that's a little quieter. Yeah, Red, what ID should I look for? What player ID do I need to look for to send the invite? Okay, I think I got you. Alright. And so with that, we've had a very successful show today. We finished up going through the story. Granted, I skipped a lot of what was in the story because I will be coming back once episode 5 releases, for the purposes of seeing the additional content that Alma will be adding to these scenes. Once she is finally on board, we'll just run through the entire story at that point. But in the meantime, I've been going for about 14 and a half hours now. I think I need to get some shut-eye. So, with that said, thank you for joining me today. Let's see if there's anybody available that we might be able to raid temporarily here. Let's see. Bear with me for one moment. Trying to look for a familiar name, but I'm not seeing any right now. Okay, I might have someone here. Yeah, okay. So, what we're going to be doing is, we're not going to be, continuing on, here with PSO2. Instead, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking out C. Carl Bobadine. They are actually over on the Affinia server right now, with Phantasy Star Online Blueburst. So, let me get that into my system here. And let's see. Alright, raid. Oops. Alright. And with that, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. Let's get this raid started here.